Would you believe that selling just one loaf of bread to a stranger could change your entire life? This is the story of Nam, a young man whose journey from humble beginnings would inspire countless others to believe in the power of perseverance and the magic of unexpected opportunities. Every morning, before the sun had fully risen, Nam emerged onto the bustling streets, pushing his old, creaking cart. The cart was not much to look at. The paint was chipped, the wheels squeaked, and the wooden panels bore the scars of countless rainy seasons. Yet to Nam, it was a lifeline. Laden with freshly baked bread, ripe fruits, and a handful of iced tea bottles, the cart was his means of survival. Nam's life was marked by struggle. Orphaned at a young age, he had no one to rely on but himself. No savings, no connections, no fancy education, just his calloused hands and a fragile dream that flickered in his heart. If I work hard enough, someday something will change. But some days were harder than others. When the rain poured down and customers hurried past without a glance, when his bread went stale and fruit rotted in the humid air, even that small spark of hope seemed to waver. Still, Nam never gave up. He greeted every customer with a smile, even those who ignored him. He kept his cart spotless, always arranging the bread in neat rows and polishing the bottles so they caught the morning light. People in the neighborhood came to recognize him, not just as the bread vendor, but as a symbol of quiet resilience. Yet most days, Nam felt invisible. Another face in the crowded city, another story that no one would ever hear. Then one sweltering afternoon, as Nam was closing up for the day, a man approached his cart. He was different from the usual crowd. A white shirt pressed crisp, a leather briefcase in hand, and an air of purpose about him. He paused, scanning the offerings, and finally pointed at a loaf of bread. Nam handed it over, and as he made change, the man lingered. "How long have you been doing this?" he asked, his voice warm but curious. Nam hesitated, unsure how much to reveal. "Almost 5 years now, since I was a teenager." The man nodded, studying Nam's face. "You work hard, but have you ever thought about something bigger?" Nam laughed softly, a little embarrassed. "I wish I could, but I'm poor. I don't even know where to start." There was a pause, and then the man spoke with a gentle conviction. "Meet me tomorrow at the cafe down the street. I have a proposal for you." Nam spent a sleepless night turning those words over in his mind. Could this be real? Or just another passing kindness, soon forgotten? Still, curiosity and a trace of hope pushed him to show up at the cafe the next morning. There, the stranger introduced himself as Hung. He explained that he was a small business owner in the food industry, and he had been watching Nam for some time. He'd noticed how Nam treated every customer with respect, never shortchanged anyone, and always kept his cart immaculately clean. In a world full of shortcuts and dishonesty, those qualities stood out. "I want to build a chain of fast food shops," Hung said, "but I need a trustworthy partner, someone who knows how to treat people right. I'll invest the capital. You manage the first shop. We'll share the profits fairly." Nam could hardly believe his ears. Was this truly happening? He had no special skills, no impressive resume, just years of hard work and a steadfast heart. Yet in Hung's eyes, he saw real sincerity. With a trembling voice, Nam agreed. The days that followed were some of the hardest Nam had ever faced. He had to learn everything from scratch, managing staff, tracking inventory, balancing the books. There were moments when he felt completely overwhelmed, when the burdens seemed too heavy to bear. But Hung was always nearby, his encouragement steady and unwavering. "Remember," Hung would say, "opportunities don't wait. They come and go quickly. You must grab them with both hands, even if you're afraid." Slowly, Nam gained confidence. He learned to solve problems, to motivate his team, to handle setbacks without losing faith. The shop flourished, and soon they opened a second location, then a third. Word spread about the little fast food chain with the friendly service and honest prices, and customers lined up every day. Years passed. The business grew from a single shop to a thriving chain with over 10 locations across the city. Nam was no longer the anonymous street vendor. He became known as a young entrepreneur, a co-founder of a rising brand, a man who had turned adversity into triumph. On the 10th anniversary of their partnership, Nam stood on a stage, looking out at hundreds of employees, each with their own hopes and dreams, each a part of the journey. He turned to home, gratitude shining in his eyes, and spoke from the heart. If I hadn't sold you that loaf of bread, if I had hesitated or doubted myself and missed that meeting, I wouldn't be standing here today. I've learned that opportunities never knock twice. Sometimes, a stranger can become a lifelong friend, a true partner for the road ahead. The room erupted in applause. Nam smiled, a deep sense of fulfillment washing over him. He had started with nothing, just a battered cart and a stubborn belief that hard work would pay off. In the end, it was not just the bread that changed his life, but the readiness to seize a chance when it finally appeared. So, wherever you are, whatever your circumstances, never underestimate the power of one moment. Keep your heart open, your hands busy, and your spirit unbroken. Because sometimes, all it takes is a single act, a single meeting, to transform your entire life. Opportunities don't wait. Be ready. Your moment could be just around the corner.